We've all heard this shit, you know what I'm saying? Your network is your net worth. We all hear that bland ass advice, but they'll never tell you how to actually build a network, especially if you're not rich, connected, or just naturally extroverted. A lot of people think networking means handing out your business card or just cold DMing random people that don't know who the fuck you are, or making some awkward small talk at a coffee shop, some shit like that. And originally I kind of used to think that too. But the truth is, like, the best networking doesn't feel like networking. It all feels real. Today, I'm going to give you guys the exact playbook I use to build genuine connections with who I feel are high value people without being like awkward, fake, or making this feel transactional. So I'm going to start with why most people fuck up on this shit. The number one reason why people fuck up with networking is because they treat it like sales. They lead with their hand out and not their hand extended. First example I'm going to give is DMing somebody for a collab without providing your own value. If the value you can provide to me is not clear, you don't make it clear, you don't try to sell yourself or explain how you can benefit me, why would I want to collaborate with a random person I don't know? Or stuff like complimenting somebody randomly you see just to pivot to a pitch or pitching your idea. In my opinion, y'all, that's not networking. It's just desperation dressed in a little blazer. You gotta lead with curiosity, right? Not your resume. The first thing you gotta understand is what's something that you wanna learn from that person, right? That's the first thing you have to understand. And the second thing is how can you add to their world, even if it's just 1%, you know what I'm saying? What can you do for them? You gotta answer those two questions before you proceed to trying to network with anybody. The second thing I'm gonna talk about is the magnetic energy framework. This is kind of how I filter every room I walk into, whether it's online or in person. Magnetic people do these three things. Number one, they're authentic, right? They're not trying to impress anybody. They're just trying to express. Number two, they listen more than they talk. You guys gotta remember, people remember how you make them feel. Make them feel listened to, make them feel appreciated. That can definitely aid to your goal of networking with this person. Number three, they bring calm and clarity, right? Not chaos, gossip, or neediness, you know what I'm saying? Everything calm, everything chill, everything clear. You don't need to be the loudest in the room. You just need to make people feel understood, heard, and seen. That's the kind of energy that people want around them. Next thing I'm gonna tell you guys, like, there's some openers that work for you, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's some first words you can tell somebody just to get that combo going. Again, simple shit. How'd you get into what you do? Very basic, but it works. It'll get them talking about themselves, and they'll most likely ask you what you do back. You guys can go back and forth, trade comments, trade skills, and go from there. That's a very good basic one. This next one requires a little more analytical skill, you know what I'm saying? Point out something on their body that they're wearing or that they're doing, whatever, that's not typical or just something different. Like, let's say it's a super cold day and the guy still got on shorts, you know, point that shit out, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, you're not cold, fam? Like, what are you doing wearing shorts in this weather? And a little something like that. Best combos start with a genuine curiosity, not overthinking or just trying to sound smart. Just do you, be human. The next one, the most important part in my opinion, you gotta play the long game, you know what I'm saying? It's not a speed dating thing. Like, play the long game. If you're just rushing, collecting contacts, and leaving, it's probably not going to lead to anything beneficial for you. Little stuff like, yo, you guys had a convo, you know, take a mental note of one or two interesting things they said. Maybe in 2 days, message them, be like, yo, I seen that movie you was talking about, like, it was real good, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's a little something like that. You don't got to be weird, direct, you know what I'm saying? Just casual convo, you know, let it flow, just let it be. You just got to remember, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Be natural, do you, see where it goes. The next one I go into is that you don't need clout to network with people. A lot of these people are self-made and they just built their network up slowly, you know, by being curious, being in the right rooms, and playing the long game through networking. If you guys you got a little group chat, you know, people trade ideas in there, you know, I'll just add you to it, reply here or there. I put in my thoughts, you put in your thoughts, you know, person number it's about shared momentum. You never see the payoff right away, but it stacks. That one DM could be a little podcast invite, or that person you met at the coffee shop, it turned into a little job referral, or even a 5-6 figure collab. You know, you never know. Most of my biggest wins, right, they came from relationships that I never pitched to, right? You just gotta show love, stay consistent, let the game come to you. These are my friends today, right? They'll see me hustling at the same Starbucks, you know, 5 days in a row. You know, on the third, fourth, fifth day, they'll be like, yo, what's up? They'll point a little something about my outfit, whatever, point out a little something. Be like, yo, you're always here, always hustling, you know, what do you work on? Boom, before you know it, we'll talk about the same shit. Before you know it, we're friends. Before you know it, we're going out places, you know what I'm saying? Just let it happen naturally. Remember, you're not trying to collect contacts, you're just trying to build a community. In my opinion, 2025, if you have 5 people you can call right now, they can put you on a job or give you a little opportunity or open a little door for you without begging, that's a real flex. And that comes from consistency, connections, and giving before asking. So I'm off this video by saying, if you're trying to build a real network, stop doing that awkward elevator pitch. Share this video with one person you respect. That should be your first move. And of course, subscribe for more content like this. I'm extremely supportive of people building wealth and relationships. If you're building something you want to help tightening your message, offer, or brand, I do a little one-on-one consulting. Links down in the description below. Welcome to the game, y'all. Stay sharp.